The performance of research and commercially available automatic speech recognition systems has been consistently improving over the last decades. However, high performance levels are often achieved on datasets obtained from strictly controlled environments, in well-resourced languages, and for speakers that are well represented in the training set. In many real-world applications, however, these variables cannot be consistently met, and the results could be problematic in applications targeting, for example, children, non-native speakers, or people with health conditions that affect their speech. In this study, as part of a project aimed at introducing autonomous social robots to language learning practice, we evaluated 3 state-of-the-art ASR systems on datasets that contained first and second language speakers. These groups are compared on read sentences and spontaneous social conversation speed. We focus on Swedish language that can be considered a low-resource language. The read speech dataset was generated from speaking exercises between language learners and a virtual tutor. The spontaneous speech dataset, instead, was built from practice conversations between a native speaker and language learners. The 3 evaluating ASRs included 2 off-the-shelf systems that offered a Swedish language support and an open-source model for a Swedish ASR. We used 2 metrics in this evaluation: word error rate and the number of samples that failed to be recognized. We further analyzed the results at 3 different utterance levels. Our results, as expected, showed that speech samples from non-native speakers tend to have a higher word error rate. In particular, the read speech dataset, non-native samples almost double the word error rate of native speakers. However, with spontaneous speech, this difference is less obvious, where 2 of the 3 ASR systems generated equally bad results for non-natives and native speakers. Regarding the results at utterance length, we observed that for the read sentence dataset, the recognition results are indeed better for longer utterances, although this difference is smaller for non-native speakers, where 1 ASR actually presents no difference. For spontaneous speech, a similar pattern is observed for native speakers, with lower word error rate for longer utterances. However, for non-native speakers, long utterances produce worse results. In this study, we found additional support to the reduced performance of ASR systems when tested on non-native speakers, especially when these speakers have a lesser proficiency in a language that can be considered less resourced. This difference is augmented when the speech comes from less controlled environments, like social conversations. In these scenarios, longer utterances generate worse results, in contrast to the general expectation. Both qualities are important when developing spoken interactions for language learning activities. Additional details are further analyzed and addressed in the published paper.